your first story? Oh, that I'm a child and I probably play with my boys' toys in their toy room.
You're serious about this?
Yeah.
Okay, because the way that you talk to everybody else and play around with them that's nothing comparable to how I can discuss things with you.
Well, like
and
it's
when
not
I said
fun.
Emotionally unavailable, I also admitted that came out wrong. That's a term, but this is what it means. And you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
But did you notice everyone was dying laughing because they knew I was okay, cool. Did you hear Nick and Belle screaming, laughing because they all knew
then
that
why didn't you tell me that bothered you? I say that you a lot of people here have said that you look like a cute child. You are a good-looking guy that looks young and you have a childlike presence to you. I wasn't trying to emasculate you. I think that we could have a grown conversation. And you say, I'm going to put you up because you talked about my mole on my leg?
I never said that.
But you just said it right now, the mole
on
your leg.
Right.
You're you talked about my mole on my leg.
That
and I
bothered
said,
me. That bothered me because...
I asked you I was like, is this okay? Genuinely concerned about, oh, is that a mole? What is that?
But obviously it is.
No, obviously it's not. I did not know that was a thing. Okay, so then it's just basically the way you feel that I am talking to you.
Stop.
And how, I don't understand, how you're telling me that you're throwing my name around and saying that you would put me up because I asked you about the mole on your leg.
Well, people here in the house knew I was not happy with the conversations we were having. I'm not.
I explain the term so that you don't get offended, and I say I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sometimes the things that come out of my mouth, some people take it the wrong way, just like anybody else in this house.
Right.
But I am very, very present in saying, if I say something that offends anybody, please let me know. But, you don't. You just oh, haha, I get it, and then start telling people that I'm the first one on your list. And then you sit down and you tell me, look in my eye and tell me you would never put me up. And then say, we need to stick together. That's the stuff that I'm
Right. Well, didn't I recently just say that I would not put you up in the last week or two? Wasn't it that when I said I want to put you up?
Was when the whole Nick and Bella situation was happening.
Right. So before, when we first came to this house, week 1 or 2, and conversations like this were just happening, everyone else I felt close to. So I didn't really have any other targets. I really wasn't that close to you. We just talked here and there. So the only target I had at that time was you, because I was close with Christie, I was close with Tommy, I was close with Jack, I was close with Cliff. I was close, well, that's who I thought that I was close with. So you were the only one that I wasn't close with. And in this house, any little thing just sets it off. And that's why it was just building up a rap sheet in my head that I was all right, well, that was a little hurtful. Or all right, well, I didn't take that, I didn't handle that good. And just kept building up. And then I finally realized, all right, it's just your personality. It is what it is. And it became, funny at that point. All right, well, so I got made fun of my mole today. I guess I'm dying tomorrow.
I did not make fun of your mole.
I know.
I asked you, is that okay?
Right, but the whole story is, funny, because it's what is that? And I'm because I'm already insecure about it. So I'm my mole. And you're is it okay?
And you guys would know me. I'm
being genuinely
Mama Bear about it. But the fact that you use that as
it sounds so funny.
As an excuse to be well, because of my mole, I'm wait,
no,
what the hell am
no. I'm just saying it was a bunch of stories leading up to it. So I'll just keep giving examples what they were. There were other ones that I can't think of, just little things that just happened and we talked about. So that's why, for a while, I always thought to myself, hey, for no blood on my hands, you were already on the block before. It made sense that I'd probably go after you then, leading up to this moment. But then, I think it was last week then, is when I was telling you, and I genuinely meant that I don't think I would ever put you up. Because I don't need to put you up. I don't really have issues. Yeah, we talked and had some things going back and forth. But, they're that was it. It was only based on that.
I literally talked about your mole after our conversation.
It's not about the mole. It was just about the stories leading up to it.
I just like, I mean, I get it. Like, some people have different connections than others. I would just like every single connection that I have with people, I like genuinely adore and care about. So when I hear like my name come out of somebody's mouth and say like, yeah, I totally put her up, like whatever, and on top of that, hear that my name is still being thrown around, it kind of hurts. So it's like
Yeah, I also heard, because I approached a couple people too, because I heard that you heard my name was getting thrown around, and I was like, well, that's like complete bullshit. Because why is it still being thrown around? Yeah, it was thrown around back in the day for sure when I was talking about it back in the day a couple weeks ago. But like, I don't know why all of a sudden people were now running around like it lasted this long, 40 days, and all of a sudden now people are starting to run around and be like, you know, Sam's out to get
You
you.
didn't say it to Holly, like in the last couple of days after nomination.
About Jess?
That you should stay because like you would never put any of us off, like you would just still just go for Jess.
The conversation we had today, no.
Not today, like after you're nominated.
I don't know.
Like a part of your pitch to
maybe I was
stay. Like think about it, how many people are left? So if you're not gonna put up Holly or Mickey or Jack
Right.
or Tommy or me or Cliff or, you know, like that doesn't leave that many people. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, whatever.
But like it is a game. Like people.
it's the game, and
people
I'm not.
Yeah, it is,
But
it is
see,
the
here's the difference is that I'm asking you a question, and you could have said yes or no, like, and if it was still the case, you'd be like, yeah, well, you know, you're the last, you know, you're like I see that you have a different connection with other people than I do. Like, I never asked you to use the veto on me because like there would have been no reason for you to use
Right.
it. You know, I knew you were campaigning to keep Kenny versus me. Like, I knew all of these things, and it didn't really like upset me in a way because I knew you had a different relationship with people. But like, for you to look at me in the face and say like that you would never do it, and then you still hear my name, and you have the reasonings for it is purely because I'm not talking in the way that connects with you, like that I'm not even aware that is bothering you, and I'm not even saying it in a mean, spiteful
Right.
way. Like, I'm literally saying it like, oh my gosh, you're so cute. Like, you could be. I envision you playing with your kids, and like this is how I'm talking, and you're like, oh, you're calling me a this, and you're offended. Then I would prefer that you say, hey, like the way you talk to me is offensive, so that I know that I don't talk to you that way. Because then I just keep on trying to connect with you, and you don't like the way I'm connecting with you, you know, and you're just like, there she goes again, like, you know, like trying to emasculate me or trying to, sucker punch me into like saying these stupid things again that make me uncomfortable. Like, if that's the case, then that's the case, you know.
Right,
what I mean?
right. But also, like, since it's your personality, I don't want to shoot you down either, and then like we never talk
It's
at all
not about
because you'd be like, well, I
to
can't
me,
say
it's not about. It's everybody has a different personality, and you realize that as you get to know each other. But I would never want to say something that feels offensive. Like, for you to put me up and say, because you are offensive to me and talking to me, and I don't feel comfortable if that's the reasoning that you would put me up, I would be completely, in a sense, blindsided.
Right.
Because, like, that's not at all like how I talk to you or try to talk to anybody here. You know what I mean? Like, to me, I'm just trying to navigate my own way and trying to figure out, just like everybody else,
Hell yeah, we all are.
trying to
Right.
trying to figure it
This
out.
game is impossible
you know,
to navigate.
Like,
through,
I'm,
trust me.
and I'm 1,000% for me. Like, I feel like I'm 1,000% honest in how I feel and what I do and how I vote and in all aspects. Like, I don't want to be portrayed in any other way.
Right.
So, like, I would never want to hear like, there she goes again, like making fun of me for this and making fun of me for that, and then making it seem like I knew about your mole, and now it's still like attacking you, or
I'm
like,
sorry, I don't mean to laugh every time.
like, or, or I don't know, it's you know.
No, I know,
it's a
because you
thing.
definitely
Like, I
didn't mean it
definitely
that
was
way.
Not saying it
It was
in
probably
that
just like a
way.
culmination of a bunch of things that he was
Like,
harboring, and then that was just like the
No,
boom
and